Thanks, Michelle, for this week's Hidden Hero. We got this email here from a man named Roger who actually lives in Alaska. He wanted to know if we knew about George Oldroyd, writing that the former Scoutmaster and Sea Scout skipper has quietly become the most decorated Scout lifesaver in history. Now, Roger admits the Boy Scouts of America don't really comment on records like that, but they can't find any instance of anyone holding more life-saving recognitions than George. So we went to Alabaster to meet him.
I think a lot about who I would have been without it, and I'm really grateful that I did.
George Oldroyd has been scouting since the 2nd grade, raised in a firefighting family, and he always wanted to be like his first superhero, his firefighter father. Because of health reasons, Oldroyd couldn't follow in his dad's footsteps, but scouting gave him other ways to serve.
I think it was really about just becoming somebody who could be there in a pinch.
He was just 21 when he became a Scoutmaster, almost more like a big brother to his troop. Oldroyd says one of his greatest joys is now seeing the men they've become.
And I don't have any illusions about how much I had to do with that. I think these were exceptional young men to begin with, and I taught them how to tie knots and pitch a tent and that kind of stuff.
But Oldroyd's impact on his troop goes deeper. The letter we got that started this whole story from Roger was actually one of his former scouts. Folks like Roger have also been working hard to get Oldroyd another kind of recognition.
It's kind of mind-numbing to think of that happening to me because, I'm just a kid who grew up around firefighters who doesn't know enough to run away from open flames.
Oldroyd will be awarded some rare honor medals.
The last few years I was involved in fighting a fire behind an office building in Pelham and fighting a fire down the street from here in a pickup truck that was carrying propane and kerosene. I stood there kind of like an idiot. But I had an armload of fire extinguishers from the car.
During that fire, Oldroyd was injured. He also wasn't even aware of how badly he had hurt his leg as he tore through 11 fire extinguishers.
But by the summer of 2016, I had to go into the hospital and lose the leg.
For his efforts, Oldroyd will be receiving a medal that has been awarded by the Scouts just around 300 times since 1929, and another that has been awarded a few thousand times. Oldroyd is in physical therapy. He's working hard to see that he'll be able to walk to receive his honors.
And it's okay. It's not the kind of adventure I'd actually prescribe for anybody. I don't think anybody ought to just try it for fun, but it's kind of given me a better appreciation for taking care of myself.
But Oldroyd is humbled that his former troop would go to these lengths to make sure he's acknowledged.
The guys who wrote me up for these honor medals were my kids. And they thought it was important.
Oldroyd will be receiving those medals toward the end of the year, and again, he is working hard to make sure that he is able to stand and walk to receive them when that happens. Do you have a hidden hero? Please email me, lee.garner@cbs42.com. Your hero might just be featured on one of our Thursday segments.
Seems like he really lives up to the Scout oath of doing their best to serve God and his country, and 11 fire extinguishers fighting a fire.
Yeah, inside of his car, just, he's done so many amazing things just out of the goodness of his heart. It was really an honor to go and meet him and speak with him, and he's writing a book about all of it called Be Prepared.
We'll be looking for it.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Yes.